Welcome to the latest episode of the Caffeinated Librarian. This is not your host, Lou. This is Ben. And today, it looks like we will be discussing our best of 2022 and our most anticipated of 2023. I hear that Katie has a very short list, while Simona has an extensive list. Joe and Lou have a mediocre list, and I'm forming my list in real time.
I've been told I'm not allowed to talk about Euphoria.
You are very much allowed to talk about Euphoria.
Didn't season 2 of Euphoria come out this year?
Yeah.
All right, so I can talk about the past season at least. All right. I do love me Euphoria.
Stressful show.
Oh my goodness, yeah. In all the best ways possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like season 2.
Yeah. That's season 2.
I saw a lot of people complain about it online, but I don't. I disagree.
I think people just like to complain about things online.
I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was absolutely nothing you can complain about season 2 of Euphoria. It was marvelous.
Ah, marvelous.
Yeah.
So let's start with Lou and his review of Euphoria in 2022.
Basically,
That rhymed.
if you were yeah, thank you. That was good. I like that. Basically, if you're gonna watch any show in 2022, it should have been Euphoria. Zendaya gives a performance of a lifetime in the intervention episode. She gives a performance of a lifetime in every episode. Hunter Schafer is amazing. Cassie cries a lot, which annoyed me, but Cassie was kind of the breakout star of it. I think Maddie is wonderfully entertaining.
We got some really good Cal Jacobs this season too.
We did.
He was a madman.
He was. Cal was a madman. Is this something Nate?
Nate, yeah.
Nate was great.
Fezco, perfect as always.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about Fez. It really is perfection from beginning to end. And I'm so pumped for season 3, which I won't be able to talk about because it's not going to come out in 2023. Thanks a lot, Dune.
How did Dune ruin it?
Because they're filming with Zendaya.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, she's gotta be Chani before she can be Rue again. So
That just makes the anticipation all that better.
But filming
Nate Jacobs is gonna have gray hair by the time we get to season 4. Like,
is Nate Jacobs the rapey dad's son?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
And he has the amazing theme song.
Yeah.
Which I can't place yet. I haven't seen enough episodes. Well, to continue with HBO and to continue with TV shows that were great in 2022, Peacemaker.
I didn't watch that.
I
With John
kid
Cena?
you not, who would have thought that John Cena would show up the way he did with an acting performance, a legitimately good acting performance?
You didn't see Blockers?
I did.
I
It's just
thought
called
he was
Blockers.
Yeah,
Well,
just called
Blocker.
Blockers.
Yeah.
That's the pay-per-view version. Mm-hmm.
Wait, but yeah, John Cena's awesome.
Apparently, yeah. I don't know that I've seen it. I saw him. He was in Trainwreck, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he Amy?
Yeah,
Not Amy Adams.
Amy
Amy
Schumer.
Schumer.
Yeah.
Amy Schumer's boyfriend for a little while, right?
Yeah.
And he was in Fast 9. Yeah.
I didn't see that.
He
He
held
was
his
also
own.
in Bumblebee. Transformers.
I didn't see that. Either.
The ranking goes Batista, Cena, The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well-
think I concur with that.
I think what John Cena did as Peacemaker in the TV show was very special, and I credit to him. I did not believe. I was very skeptical he was going to be a convincing actor, but he does it. And there's one scene in particular where he really lets it rip, and I was impressed. But the show is so creative, so irreverent. It's James Gunn just completely free to do whatever he wants, and give it a go. It's raunchy as hell. It's so funny. It's so
I like Ranch.
aggressively anti-PC.
Nice.
It's really, really, really refreshing.
Hey everyone. So I don't watch a lot of film, but as far as 2022 views, Wednesday on Netflix
Oh, that show slaps.
was high. Was very entertaining. I enjoyed the aesthetic of the show. It was really good, and we did an episode on that, so check it out. As far as things I'm looking forward to, I am looking forward to season 2 of Shadow and Bone, which will be coming on Netflix. Vox Machina is returning to Amazon Prime. Really looking forward to that.
January 20th.
Yes. And Katie and I are going to be talking about that for our podcast. Books, I'm looking forward. Holly Black is returning to what she actually does best, writing YA fiction. And she's returning to the world of Elfhame with The Stolen Heir, which comes out in January, and I've already pre-ordered that. Very excited. Sarah J. Maas, of course, we're waiting on her series. She has Sarah J. Maas.
You know who we are talking about,
I
Lou.
will throw this at you. Is coming out with her 2 series. So she has an adult series. If you haven't yet read it, it's the Crescent City series. I'd
It's
highly
really
recommend it. So she'll be coming out with her 3rd book, hopefully this year, but maybe 2024. We're not sure, but I am looking forward to that.
It's not going to be 2024. If it's going to be 2024, I'm going to rage quit.
Yes, I'm kind of hoping it'll be this
Kinda
coming
rage
year.
quit your job?
No.
Oh,
Just
or your
the-
life in general?
Just
No.
the series.
Oh, the series.
Yeah, I watch a lot of K-dramas, and one that's coming out that I'm really looking forward to is called Island. So that's going to be coming out soon.
What about?
Well, it actually comes out today, so I'm very excited.
Tomorrow is this year.
I was
right?
gonna say Tomorrow came out in 2022. You loved that. The guy is your
Can I-
background.
Can I finish?
Oh well, you're jumping all over the
Yeah,
place.
you
And
have a
thought
lot of
were,
items for your first go.
I thought you were done with your what you liked in 2022 because
Disqualification.
you jumped ahead to what you're looking forward to in 2023.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Please,
Or I will throw this at you?
please. I think you should start over. To be honest with you,
I mean, I can always punch him for you, Simona.
My life is
it's
so
violence.
unfair.
Call on camera here.
You can
being
punch
a-
me for every time you get mad at him.
No, that's okay. I won't do that to you, Ben. Yes, as Lou pointed out, Tomorrow was one of my favorite dramas of 2022. It's a great show. I'm going to
It
actually
was.
rewatch it. Another show, it did not come out in 2022. It actually came out 2 years ago, but I watched it this year, is another K-drama called The Uncanny Counter. And it's also on Netflix. It's great for people that love fantasy shows. It's a fantastic show. Really enjoyed it. Great characters. Interesting family dynamics, how they interpret who becomes your family. So that was really great. Yeah, so I think that would be the 2022. 2023, Island is another fantasy sort of / horror K-drama that's coming out. I did start watching Alchemy of Souls, which premiered, the first half premiered earlier in the year, the second half premiered, but it's like, I've given up on that. It's pretty popular.
Why'd you give up on it?
The writing is terrible. Like, I suffered through the first 20 episodes of season 1, barely interested in it.
You gave a show 20 episodes before you quit on it?
Yeah,
That honestly, I respect that.
I know. I'm pretty faithful.
That's impressive.
I know.
Sometimes I give a show 1 episode.
Well,
Sometimes they give a show 20 minutes.
yeah, because the problem, and with the 2 writers, they're called the Hong sisters, and I have watched other dramas that they've written. One of my favorites is Hotel de Luna, which is also on Netflix. I've watched it twice. It's a fantastic show. With this show, I kept on watching in the hopes it would get better, and like I was telling my sister, I'm not going to continue with a show if you tell me, oh, but this episode was really good. Like, if I have to kind of wait, like the second half, I think, is 10 episodes. So I've watched 5 or so of these, and I'm stopping. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not interested anymore. Suppose Mr. was saying that the 6th episode is when it picks up, but if you're going to do that to me, no, that's... So I think they really need to change their writers. They suffer from, it's poor writing. There are so many fascinating characters that are not given any time. Like, I want to know more about them, but you don't really see them, and characters do stupid things that logically make no sense whatsoever. So I've given up on Alchemy of Souls. Although it is trending, it is one of the popular ones on Netflix. Yeah, so looking forward to Island. Another drama that the first season premiered in 2019 or 2020, but the second half is finally premiering, is Missing the Other Side, which deals with the afterlife. So I'm looking forward to that.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So, the Netflix top 10s
Yeah.
that you get when you get on Netflix, right?
Fake.
They have to be, right?
They're fake.
Because I gotta tell you, I thought I was on mine, and it's actually my mom has an account on my Netflix, and I was on hers. Her top 10 showed one thing. Mine top 10 showed a different thing. What's up, Netflix?
But maybe it's the top 10 based on what you've been viewing.
Of course, yeah.
So maybe they're just, So.
But you can't tell me it's Netflix top 10.
Netflix just lies about all their stats. Yeah. I don't believe a word they say. There's no way Bird Box was one of the most popular movies ever. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't even see that. Yeah.
All right. We're doing a lot of TV this round, so Lou talked about Euphoria, so that's off the list already. But I'm gonna shout out 2 other HBO shows that I think tackle very similar themes: Succession,
yes,
and The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Now we all know Succession. I assume the viewers know what's going on there, but Righteous Gemstones. Man, Danny McBride and Jody Hill have been making the best television ever since Eastbound and Down. It's insane.
I'd give it a shot.
They are the funniest writers imaginable. And, like, I don't know, Righteous Gemstones just has such a stacked cast. You got John Goodman. You got Edie Patterson. You got Adam Devine.
Oh, yeah.
Walton Goggins as Uncle Baby Billy. One of the most astounding characters I've seen. God, it's just so funny. It's about a crooked family of televangelists. And yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? There's a lot of crime drama in there. Yeah. There's motorcycle ninjas. There's projectile vomiting. There's everything.
I feel like Walton Goggins is like a secret weapon.
Oh, Walton Goggins is so good. His work with Danny McBride, I think, is genuinely like his best performances.
Yeah, yeah. I remember liking Vice Principals.
Vice Principals is amazing.
Yeah, and was kind of surprised it didn't, unless it just finished.
Yeah, it had 2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they wrapped up the story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Righteous Gemstones, though, McBride's talked about he wants it to run as long as it can, and he wants to just keep bringing in extra members of the family and get it to, like, insane soap opera levels.
Nice. I like that.
But yeah, great show. Check it out. Adam Devine has a group of buff men who all live with him called the Kelvin Gemstone God Squad. Yeah. And, yeah, can't beat that.
I'm sorry,
go ahead.
There was one, I watched it last night. It's actually an Italian movie. Netflix translated to 7 Women and a Murder, but the actual title is 7 Women and a Mystery. But it's hysterical. It takes place probably in the 1930s and 40s on Christmas Eve, and it's 7 women who gather in the household, and their father has been murdered. And they have to, it's 2 sisters, the mother, the grandmother, there's the maid, and then there's the father's lover, meet on Christmas Eve in the house, and they have to figure out who killed the father.
That sounds fun.
No.
It was hysterical. There's very well-known Italian actresses in there. It was really funny, so I would give it a shot. It's on Netflix. It's 7 Women and a Murder is the English translation. The Italian one is 7 Women and a Mystery. It's based on a French film or book of the same name, 7 Women. 7 Women and a Murder.
I probably shouldn't Google that, though, right? 7 women.
No. So 7 Women and a Murder. It's a Netflix Italian film. Very funny, very witty. It was a good time. So I recommend it.
I just added that to my list.
Cool.
Because I realized you could do that on Netflix still. Forgot about that.
Okay, so for 2022, continuing with the TV show theme of Legend of Vox Machina, when it came out earlier in this year, because I watch Critical Role, not religiously. I'm actually behind on Campaign 3, but I love Critical Role. I love how they play D&D.
I really need to check that out, because my main barrier of entry to Critical Role is that it's too damn long. Yeah. So that will solve my issue right and quick.
Yeah, you should just watch The Legend of Vox Machina. And now their second season is coming out this month. They should say next month, January.
Very excited.
Very excited. I'm very excited. There's going to be a lot of really big voice acting names coming on for season 2, which I'm really excited for. Also, I'm surprised no one mentioned this one. Game of Thrones, The House of Dragon.
Oh my God! How did we forget?
It's only our first go round.
We are not worthy. I was still totally. Actually, I don't even know that I wrote that down.
I like the different aspect of the story that they're taking. It's a very different story. It's the other houses that they're getting into is fast. It's great.
After like the second episode, I believe my comment to one of my friends was just, my stories are back.
You were hooked early on. I do remember that.
It had me from the start, more or less.
It took probably about 4 or 5 episodes to sell me. I think I was still so
Traumatized from season 8.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But by the end of the season, I was firmly a believer.
I think Viserys Targaryen was the greatest Game of Thrones character ever created, and he had me laughing
unreal,
every episode with just how exhausted with his family he is.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I gotta tell you, there's an episode where you're not there yet, but where his body's deteriorating, and he has to wear a mask, and from the second he steps onto the screen, I'm like, if I don't see his face by the end of this episode, I am walking away from this show. And not only do you see his face, but it is so gloriously worth it.
He's so baller when he takes it off.
Yeah.
It's a pure just look at me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And movie-wise for this year, West Side Story, Steven Spielberg.
That was last year.
2021.
Was it 2021?
But she got away with that, so we can't
That's
can't
true.
disqualify Katie.
Was it 2021?
Yeah, I think we talked about it last best of the year episode.
Okay, see, my years blend together. So then for this year then, so we don't have to talk about West Side Story. It's okay. Avatar: The Way of Water, which is really good.
Still need to see it. And still need to see
Really,
Big
really
Jim.
good. Different story. Nothing's really everything. Like, I mean, it's just a really great generations.
Need to see my friend Spider. I haven't even seen the movie, but I already love Spider.
Spider,
he's a white guy with dreadlocks who hangs out with the Na'vi.
His story is really interesting. I like how they brought back certain characters because it makes sense. It's just not plopped. They're just not like plopped into the new movie, and we don't really know why. It kind of just makes sense how they got there. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I was really looking forward to for this year.
As far as, so now I'll go with movies that I, really enjoyed in 2022, and then the next go around, I think we can get into what we're looking forward to.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
Sorry. Video games, because I forgot I was going to say. With the God of War, Ragnarok.
Just set that up and then just shot down.
Yeah, she just ate you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lou. God of War, Ragnarok is really fun. Okay, go ahead, continue.
All right. So, movies. The only movie that comes to mind, if you guys haven't seen it, Prey. That movie was kick-ass.
Temple alum Dan Trachtenberg.
Yeah. Unreal.
My guy.
It was so good, and it was so much more than I expected. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know it was a Predator movie going into it.
What did you think it was?
I don't know, I just thought it was like, indigenous people and getting murdered and stuff like that. But it's not. It's a Predator movie, and the girl in it is a badass, and she takes on the Predator. It's great.
That's the best way to see any movie with the Predator in it, not knowing it's a Predator movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What it must have been like when you saw that triangle pop up for the first time, the laser focus.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, here we go. This is great.
Did you see it in the theater?
No, Hulu. It was a Hulu release.
Did not
I've
release.
never watched a Predator film.
Oh my god, they're so much fun.
The only Predator film I saw was Alien versus Predator.
Great one also.
Yeah, I would have to say it was actually a lot of fun.
I haven't seen the first one, but I've seen the clip of them going, "You son of a bitch," and
Dylan!
doing the big handshake.
The muscle bicep handshake. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Is the Prey film supposed to be like an origin of how, like, when the aliens first come to our planet, or it's just a?
It's apparently just an isolated story that takes place in a certain time, and now
okay.
everyone wants a next Predator or Prey 2, but have it be in like feudal Japan and have
Awesome.
have the Predator take on Hiroyuki Sanada Like, oh, that's it.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Time drop predators into different.
But that would be really cool.
That would be nice. That would be.
yeah. It was so
look.
cool too. Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say Dan Trachtenberg should be allowed to make as many movies as he wants. He gave us that. He gave us 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Which is
Dude
amazing.
rocks.
Yeah. I was gonna, it was so authentic too. I mean, it was just like, you know, because the characters obviously they don't know it's a predator. They think it's a lion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they're out there hunting and everything like that, and then, I mean, and then this thing just goes off. It's just a fun.
I didn't want anything to happen to the dog.
Nothing. No, dog is good.
No,
Dog-
I know.
Dog survives.
Yeah.
It's just a. Oh, you watched it?
I didn't watch it. I watched a reaction. One of my YouTubers that I watched, they reacted to it. So I actually saw like the movie in clips.
Nice.
So
It's just fun. It was just a fun movie.
Banshees is on your list, right?
I'm probably not gonna bring it up. I've got a lot on my
Okay.
list. So
Well, I just watched this like 2 days ago, The Banshees of Inisherin, and like Revolutionary Road and Blue Valentine, it's haunting me, and it's been on my mind
Interesting.
day and night. Like every minute, I'm like kind of like gut punched by this movie.
It's interesting that you said. You said it was very sad too, right?
Yeah.
And then we noticed today Golden Globes has it as a comedy.
it is a black comedy, I
Oh, yeah?
guess, but like I don't know. It plays more like a. Who wrote Waiting for Godot?
Oh,
Beckett.
Yeah.
Yeah, it plays more like a Beckett play than like.
it is. It literally waits until the very last second and the very last line in the movie to end on a high note, and it does, and it's absolutely wonderful, and it's stark and beautiful, and it has this layer of it that's sort of like there's like a ghost story to it a little bit. There's so much to this movie, and I can't stop thinking about it. It's
Barry Keoghan,
so
man.
you would highly recommend it?
Barry Keoghan. Oh my God, yes, Barry Keoghan.
On HBO.
How
is on
about
HBO.
like, what a year he's had.
Oh yeah, I love Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, and what a year Colin Farrell, After Gang, The Batman, this and 13
Reasons why.
13 Survivors. Is that what it was called? The one about the
13 Lives.
Oh,
13 Lives. Yeah. Yeah, and he's just been on fire this year. Even if he deserves like his own special Academy Award for just being the best in everything he was in all year.
Something I really appreciated about it was just it really captured how Irish people talk super well. Like obviously it's an Irish movie, but just little things like ending sentences with like.
It's 2 o'clock,
and-
like yeah.
Yeah, like it got it.
And I keep forgetting her name, which is a shame. But
Carrie
the
Condon.
sister, yeah,
Amazing.
easily the best character of the movie in a movie filled with amazing characters.
I'm not gonna let my donkey sleep outside when I'm sad.
What? Oh, that was so good. What this movie does is like, it like encapsulate this sort of like a good nature towards just unfortunate things happening and like people changing, and it goes the worst way in almost every encounter that happens.
I think my favorite, my Letterboxd review of it right after I saw it was just it's a great movie about what it's like to talk to your ex.
Yeah, it is. It's a movie about dealing with a breakup, and it's dealing with rejection and being unable to. And it's gorgeous and sad, and very funny and oddly uplifting and worth everyone's time.
Martin McDonagh's best.
I mean, In Bruges was.
In Bruges was
I like In
hysterical.
Bruges.
Yeah.
I love it, but I don't know.
This might be his best.
I think that he
It's his most complete work.
yeah.
Like as far as like everything is like buttoned up completely. Sorry, I just knocked your microphone. I loved the Three Billboards, but I thought it was a little bit inconsistent character-wise.
Oh yeah, Three Billboards is good, but it's a bit of a mess.
I had no desire to rewatch it again. Where this one, I'm like hungering to watch it over and over. All you, Simona.
I really don't have anything else.
I see you blew your wad in the first round.
Unbelievable.
Tell me about a video game you've been playing.
I don't play video games.
Right. How
Any
about
books you liked this year?
What was your favorite book this year?
was it the Sarah Moss thing?
Well, Yeah, so like Sarah and her Silver Flame did come out this year, or
The-
was it last year?
The
It
blue,
was
the blue
last
one.
year.
The blue one came out this year.
Yeah,
No, Silver Flame came out last
but
year.
House of Sky and Breath came
Came out this year.
So
Earlier this year.
House of Sky and Breath, which is the second book in her adult series, came out this year. And what I love about Sarah is all of her worlds. So she wrote her first series she ever wrote when she started this when she was 16 was Throne of Glass. Then she wrote A Court of Thorns and Roses, and then she
Which
wrote
she's
her
still writing.
at her Crescent City series. And the gorgeous thing is that all these worlds are connected.
Mm-hmm.
And characters pop in from other books, and what she is teasing at the end of House and Sky of Breath, like I was fangirling so hard. I
So
was
she's
like,
almost
oh my
creating
God.
like her own Marvel universe.
I think
You-
it's better than a Marvel universe.
A view a universe, if you will.
The greatest multiverse of all time.
We'll go with that. Yeah, I'll say that.
I just wanted to bring up Kevin Smith. That was it.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the reference. I apologize. I'm sorry, I'm terrible. I didn't get the reference. But
Well, I was equally fangirling really hard at the end of Sky and Breath.
Why? What happens at the end of Sky and Breath?
well,
Nick Fury
spoiler.
shows up.
Worlds collide.
I'm sorry.
No, spoiler for those who have not yet finished Crescent City or those who haven't read A Court of Thorns and Roses will be a major spoiler. So basically, at the end of House and Sky and Breath, the main character Bryce, after she learns something, so essentially the Crescent City takes place. The city is called Lunathon, and there's humans, fae, vampires, shifters. It's like a whole universe of creatures, and they're ruled over by what you could essentially call angelic-like figures. At the end of the book, the character finds out they're essentially parasitic, space-traveling colonizers. So they go from planet to planet.
That have god complexes.
Yes, sap the energy and the resources, and then they move on. They destroyed their home planets. They just go from planet to planet, absorb the magic from the population, and just continue on their way. So the main character discovers this. She also discovers that they have a weakness, that they're not immortal as they would seem. And she goes through a portal, and at the end of the book, she lands in the universe of A Court of Thorns and Roses and meets those characters.
Which
So-
they meet the night court characters.
Yes.
And there could be some relationship between her
Yeah.
family and Rysand.
Is there going to be a war?
We think so.
There's definitely going to be a
But-
war. And Sarah, I listened, she was doing a podcast interview where she talks about all this, and whatever she was teasing has got me very excited for
So
the subsequent books.
We're
Yeah.
hoping that we'll hear something either in January, at some
Yeah.
point in January.
So that was definitely one of my favorite reads. Another one that was really good was The Pumpkin Queen, which is for those who are fans of The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's the story of Sally and Jack Skellington. They've gotten married, they've had their honeymoon, and then so it expands upon the universe of the Doors and the different holiday worlds.
Like
so
Jim Morrison?
I'm sorry.
Jim Morrison is the band leader of the Doors.
Oh. Can you stop throwing me off, and then I look like an idiot because I don't get the reference, and then can you stop?
Where do you think Jack and Sally, or you could probably tell us, where did Jack and Sally go on their honeymoon?
They went to Valentine's Day World.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's less exciting.
No, but the book is very good because, like I said, something happens where Sally discovers a whole new grove of doors, and one of the doors she discovers is to the land of dreams, and she unleashes the Sandman. And the Sandman is this very cantankerous man who basically puts everyone to sleep. So he's in because the holiday worlds impact our world. So if Halloween Town doesn't do what it has to do, there's no Halloween. If Christmas Town is put to sleep, Santa Claus can't deliver his presents. So it impacts their world, but it also goes into the human world. So Sally takes center stage because she has to solve the riddle of who this entity is, what his weakness is, and save every single world in addition to our world. So it's a brilliant sort of addition to the canon of the Nightmare Before Christmas story, and it's really good. The audiobook is on Hoopla. The narrator is fantastic, so I would highly recommend that. So, yeah. But I don't have any. In terms of video games, like I've seen the Hogwarts Legacy video game, and that looks really good. Like
That's what you're looking forward to in 2023, right?
Yeah.
I don't really play games, but it does
Just-
look good. You know, I was looking. They were giving all the house tours, like for Hufflepuff, the common rooms and everything. It was really cool. But if we ever get it for the library, I'd play that. Are we getting it for the library?
Sure. Who buys video games? Quant, right?
I think so.
She's on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she'll
think
buy
that
that.
would be cool.
I feel like we don't even have to mention it to her. I think she just knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, favorite movies. I'll try to make this a lightning round. Fablemans. Maybe Spielberg's career best. I don't know.
I can't
it's
believe
so
you're
next
saying
level.
that. This makes me almost nervous to watch it.
Maybe you won't connect with it in the same way, but I don't know. I was real. No, I wasn't saying that as a mean thing. I was just saying people.
I think
Yeah.
I think he meant you
As
might
f-
not understand it.
No. No.
Fighting words.
No, I mean, the movie's straightforward enough. I'm not saying it like that. I don't know. For whatever reason, I saw this and I was like, oh my god. Like, I love when artists are able to sort of spill their guts on screen, and Spielberg's never done that before in such a direct way. And I don't know. I'm glad he waited this long to do this one, because I think his age and his maturity show through on it. And just like, I don't know, everything's treated so delicately and so perfectly.
All right.
It's a beautiful film. Has an amazing David Lynch performance in there.
I think we might have to watch this for the Caffeinated Librarians, guys.
Is that like semi-autobiographical?
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, semi-autobiographical. Names have changed, and obviously not everything goes down like it does in the movie. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, man. You
Michelle
sold me.
Williams gives such a performance. Paul Dano, oh my God, he's just like, there's such a sadness to his character, and it's so perfect. All right, number 2. This movie I don't think has received proper distribution yet. I saw it at a film festival this year at Country Gold. It's the newest movie from Mickey Reese, who's a low-budget filmmaker from Oklahoma. He's been at this for a while. He's made some wild stuff. This is a film about a legally not Garth Brooks character named Troy Brooks, which is Garth's real name, who meets with George Jones, country legend. And George Jones is going in to be cryogenically frozen the next day. And they have a weird night together. And yeah, I don't know. It had me really caring about fake Garth Brooks to the point where I was like getting emotional. Like, I don't know. It's something. It's something else. Look for it when it eventually goes somewhere. Third, Magic Spot. It's the newest Charlie Roxburgh, Matt Farley movie. Oh. It's a time travel comedy about two cousins who use a magic rock to help their uncle.
I love it.
That's the official synopsis. There's a character in it named Poopy McMillan. All right, that's all I need. Poopy McMillan takes naps all the time and bounces a ball everywhere. He's a grown man. Some really great songs in there. 4, Jackass Forever. Best movie about friendship this year.
Really? In a year that had Banshees of Inisherin. All right. I'm sold. I'll watch it.
Look, all right. One of my favorite pranks in it. They trick everyone into thinking they're doing an animal stunt, and they get them in this room, right? And then they fake a power outage.
Oh, they turn the lights off. I saw that.
And
Yep.
they have night vision goggles, so they go around and do Silence of the Lambs type stuff to each other. Hysterical.
It's only funny when it's not happening to you.
Hey, they love it.
Friendship.
They love every second of it. These men are animals.
They trust in each other.
5, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Great
Still
movie.
haven't seen that yet.
I bought it. I did buy it, though. I'm going to watch it.
Watch it. It's great. Love Michelle Yeoh. And Kei Ho Kwan. So nice to have him back acting. Oh my god. Love that dude. He played Short Round.
And he played Data.
Yes.
Yep.
And he was Wong Kar-wai's assistant director for a long time.
Oh, so he's been active in the film business.
Yes. Yeah, he went to Hong Kong and he was doing stuff there behind the scenes.
Wow.
Nope. Jordan Peele's best.
Not from me.
Yeah, there's a question mark at the end of that,
Yeah.
but like, it's pretty awesome.
But it was enjoyable. It was entertaining.
Is that the one with the aliens?
We don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
What'd you
Yes.
say?
What
Yes,
happened?
I
Simona.
said, we
yes.
don't know.
Oh.
All I saw was moving clouds.
No, it's an alien.
an alien
movie.
thing.
No,
Yeah.
fine. Spoilers.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
but
kidding.
like
it was in the trailer.
it really feels like a really classic blockbuster. That it's smart too, and just great performances all around. Banshees, Ben mentioned. Shin Ultraman, awesome stuff. It's an Ultraman movie.
I love that you've been all over the world watching cinema this year.
And this one I don't think has received a release yet, but I'm going to bring it up. Hundreds of Beavers. This is a black and white sort of silent styled comedy about a drunken Applejack brewer, and his business is destroyed by beavers, and now with nothing he must hunt beavers and build himself back up again. It's sort of structured like a video game, but turns out that works really well for a slapstick comedy. The effects are really handmade and charming. It's a fun time.
Okay. I actually have a real list with you. That's just like most creative, odd stuff. Thank you.
What am I saying? What I'm looking forward to for next year?
Eeh.
Yeah.
Eeh.
Okay. So, looking forward to hearing anything from Sarah J. Maas. What?
No, for a little.
I heard something.
She looks at you and goes, "I'm not crazy."
I know he switched those numbers.
That's what happens when you behave in a certain way. You become suspicious.
I'm currently reading 2 different manga series, so their next volumes in this series come out next year, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to, video game wise, Hogwarts Legacy, which I pre-ordered, and I'm also looking forward to the sequel to Jedi: The Fallen Order. And really, I saw the trailer.
Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, I'm really looking
Is
forward
that
to it.
also a video game?
It's also a video game.
Yes.
Yes, I'm really, really, really looking forward to it, if you can't tell from my own enthusiasm. What else am I looking forward to next year? There's so many. Movie-wise, I'm looking forward to the Indiana Jones movie that's coming out, which looks so much better than Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
The Dial of Destiny.
Yes.
What a great name.
I know, right?
Who got paid $1 million to think of that name?
Yeah, I don't like the name that much.
Yeah, I was against the name, but
I'm very much for Phoebe Waller-Bridges being
Yes.
in it, though.
Yeah.
I think she is phenomenal.
I'm being facetious, just to be
She-
clear. I think it's a
okay.
terrible
I did
title.
not.
Okay.
I was not clear.
God, you guys.
Look, we're looking forward to the movie. It's just we think they could have done better on the name.
Okay.
the name makes it sound like one of the point-and-click adventure games for Indiana Jones.
Or like one of those like toll-free numbers for the first 5 minutes where you learn about your psychic future.
Mystically.
Yeah.
Okay. What else am I looking forward to next year? I'm looking forward to the season 2 of Legend of Vox Machina. I'm looking forward. I think that's it. I think that's all I can think about right now.
That's
for
right. We'll
next
come
year.
around to you for another round. Something
Yeah.
else will pop up.
Probably
Just shout
not.
it out if you got anything.
Oh,
to be
the
honest.
live action of The Little Mermaid. There, I'm done.
Mhm.
I think I'm done.
They have the promotional poster for Snow White as well. I think that's coming out in May or
Of
March.
March of
March.
next year.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward to that
It
then.
can't possibly be coming out in March. We've seen nothing. It's probably 2024.
Let me see. I guess I'll.
Unless it's a Disney Plus release or something.
Oh,
like
I think it is.
They're just going to just drop.
Oh yeah, it's not going to go to theaters.
I think so. I'm not sure. I never know.
I'm
what
glad
they're
that
up to.
they're
Iger might be
sputtering out.
changing stuff.
They're sputtering out with their live action releases, and they're not quite working the way they used to. So they're going to have to go ahead and make original stories and push them.
You're right. It's coming out in 2024. I
that's what I thought.
apologize.
Okay, so they're going to give it its proper due.
Yeah.
Just like Euphoria.
Thanks.
2024.
Yeah.
Thanks, Simona. You got my excitement up,
I'm
and now
sorry.
it's crashing to the ground.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I'll start with some television. Of some of the things I'm looking forward to.
Oh boy.
The first thing on my television list is something that comes out relatively soon. The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Based
I
on
just started playing Last of Us 2, the game.
Oh yeah, I didn't go to the second one because I heard bad things about the second one.
Well, it's incredible so far.
Yeah,
Just
you'll have to let me know if it's worth playing
yes, it is.
because the first one was probably my favorite game ever.
continue. I'm sorry.
So that's a show I'm really looking forward to. The guy that I said looks like you, isn't it? And Liana Mormont, isn't
Yes.
it? Um,
The
very
Red
much-
Viper and the Mormont together.
yeah, it's gonna be great.
Mm.
Very much looking forward to that. Should I just go through it? Succession, Joe already mentioned, coming out in the spring. It's gonna be great.
Who do you think's going to be the number one boy this season?
Tom.
I think it might be Tom or it might be Connor.
Connor,
I could see Logan just dispensing with Tom rather quickly.
Oh yeah, I feel like
But then, yeah,
Tom is such a kiss ass that he'd be okay.
Logan respects Tom more than his children.
Agreed. Yeah. I was just gonna say I don't think Logan likes Connor. Yeah.
But Connor's going to be running for president.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is just wild. But it'll give me an excuse to say like, oh, f- off, and people will actually know what I'm talking about. You know.
Have you ever seen a video? It's called like a Succession, but everyone wants Logan's M&Ms. I got to show it to you after. It's pretty great.
After that, Daisy Jones and the Six, coming out on Amazon in March, based on the book. Based on the book. Riley Keough plays the main character.
Oh,
Very excited for that.
Elvis's granddaughter.
Yeah.
She's so good.
She's great, and she doesn't get enough props. I don't think, or enough roles at least. I think she's really very good. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm pumped for you.
I've not seen any of that. Did you know some of it was shot over here on Lake Mayapack?
I did not know that.
Season 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Now you know. The more you know.
But yeah, I'm pumped for it. It's one of my. Let's be honest. I like soapy stuff. You know, Euphoria, Lost. It's just, and this show. I hope. I thought season 3. At the end of season 3, I was kind of like, all right, come on, guys. Like, how long can he really do this for? So I'm hoping that this is the end. I think this is the last season. I'm pretty sure. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this sociopath's end is going to be like.
Man, 2023 has me excited for the movie theaters again in a way that, I don't think I've had since for over a decade.
Since you were in high school and went on dates to the movie theaters?
No, I never went on a date to a movie theater.
You ever took a date to a movie?
No, movies for me.
Little long time, huh?
No, they're just a long time. It's me and the screen. Shushing people who talk or look at their phone. It's an experience. I'm just kidding. Yes, taken a date to a movie theater, just not recently because I haven't been to a movie. But Creed 3.
Oh man,
right?
It's on my list too.
I'm just
Smart.
Creed in March alone. We have Creed 3, Scream 6, John Wick, and Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
This summer you have Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
Part 1.
It's coming out finally.
Yeah.
It's finally
that
here.
video of Tom Cruise being like, "Thanks for coming to the movies," and jumping out of the plane.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
He's a psycho.
He is America's favorite psycho, and he is
My
what they're going to
God.
do in Mission Impossible in these next 2 movies. I think is going to change movies as a whole. Credit to James Cameron for his pretty graphics. Tom Cruise pushes movies forward, and he's going to do it again.
Yeah.
And yes, and then you have the final Aquaman coming out before Jason Momoa shifts over to being Lobo.
What the hell is going on with that?
Who cares? I like it. He's better off as Lobo because he doesn't have to stay as so super fit. Throw Aquaman at Alexander Skarsgård or something. But we have the 3rd and final Cavill season of The Witcher coming out, which is likely going to be very bad because he's leaving and he left on his own accord. So chances are that's because he hated what he was doing.
Give up.
I'm excited. I'm going to be there. It's in July. 2023 is going to be a massive year. On the video game front, I don't need to have the game. I just need some evidence finally that Fable exists. They announced it 6 years ago, 5 years ago, and we've seen nothing.
What's it supposed to be about?
So, Fable's just like a fantasy game series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Ben, the original developers They made a game recently. I forget what it's called, but I'll find it for you. It's more of like a life sim thing, but apparently it has like the Fable sensibility and sense of humor.
Yeah, I'd like to know what that is. I played a game called The Trail on my phone, which is by Peter Molyneux.
Oh,
It was the most...
Peter Molyneux is he just not making things anymore?
He's just done.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
he's retired.
He needed to go away a long time ago.
Mhm. But this is Playground Games, and they did Forza Horizon 4, which is a racing game, but an open world in England racing game. I don't need the game. I just need to see something to tell me that it's coming. I need to see
Well, wouldn't you
anything.
want to play it?
I do, but
You
I
want-
just
you want
need
progress.
I need to see that it exists. And that's all I want. It's the only game I'm thinking about for 2023. I can't think of anything else. Like, I'm excited for Redfall, blah blah blah, that stupid one in space that everyone's talking about, Starfield. Couldn't care less, but I'll be happy when it comes out. Give me a Child of Light 2. Give me Fable, and that's it. I don't care about Zelda. I don't care. I don't care. Just show me that Fable exists.
I don't have anything else really to say.
Simona wants a Red Dead Redemption 3.
Okay, you will get it in like 9 years.
No, okay. They've. We're lucky if we're getting GTA 6 in 9 years. Okay.
Yeah, what's up with GTA?
They're
Like,
just milking it because they make money on online
Yeah,
still. So.
all they care about.
Yeah.
is online.
Can I slip in 2 things for 2022 that I
Slip
think
it in.
were very special?
Yeah.
And I say this with no hyperbole attached to it. The most beautiful movie I've ever seen is called Cyrano. It's with Peter Dinklage. And I know it's technically barely a 2021 film, but its wide release was in 2022. It is absolutely stunning. I've watched it more than any movie this year. I just think it really does something special. It falls apart a little at the end. 2 other movies that came out towards the very end of 2021 that are so worth your time. One's called Pig with Nicolas Cage, and it's amazing. Takes place in the Pacific Northwest. It's shot beautifully. It's one of his best performances. An indie movie shot in Jersey called Small Engine Repair. New Hampshire, with John Bernthal as the main character, and this guy who's in everything, whose name I forget, which I hope he doesn't watch our podcast because that would be very insulting. But he's in it too, and he's amazing. Fantastic little crime film.
Yeah, the other guy.
That guy,
Yeah, the other guy. Yeah, I know.
who's also in Mission Possible: Dead Reckoning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he
was in the King Kong one with Brie Larson.
Yep, and Silver Linings Playbook. He was the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy.
that's our guy.
Yeah. I did watch that.
But you know who I mean.
I do know who.
Yeah.
I do know who you mean.
And for games, they're old games, but they both got fixed and perfected in 2022. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 is perfect now. There's no excuse not to play it, and you'll love it.
You know, I'm excited for Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for Barbie.
Oh yeah.
Cocaine Bear.
Oh, yeah.
obviously.
Oh, yes.
I want to see my boy Alden Ehrenreich become a star. He deserves it. Knock at the Cabin kind of looks awesome. I'm
Mhm.
excited to see Batista in that.
It's a special thing, the Shyamalan January.
I love him.
Even when he broke my heart with Glass.
I haven't seen Glass.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What else? Dune 2.
Dune 2.
It's coming.
November.
Did we all love the first Dune?
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like the Jason Momoa, like, ultimate scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the best scenes of the movie.
You didn't think it had like an Ace Ventura vibe to it? Where he's like, ah!
No,
I didn't
no.
get that.
Duncan Idaho rules.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I think Jason Momoa is the perfect casting for him because he's your cool older brother. You know,
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah. There's nobody on earth that's getting tired of Jason Momoa. No one does, because he's just such a cool, nice, adorable guy.
And very humble too.
Yeah, like, you know how we're kind of seeing the come down from The Rock's career right now, and he's not doing particularly well publicly, and it's not. Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen to Jason Momoa, because he's just like, yeah, man, whatever.
That's how I feel about Zendaya.
Oh, you know what's coming next year? Magic Mike's Last Dance.
I saw a trailer for
Soderbergh's
that.
back.
Yeah.
But is Big
We'll be
Richie coming
watching.
back?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Then that's the real question.
Why are you against Magic Mike's Last Dance?
Those are movies
Magic
for
Mike's
the
gonna
boys.
have his last dance.
I really don't care. I didn't like the other movie that I saw,
What movie was that?
Magic Mike.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I did watch the whole thing.
That's got
Thought it was stupid.
that's got a Killer McConaughey performance in
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. Women of
It's one
Tampa.
of his best, yeah.
I think you're missing out.
I don't think I'm missing out on anything.
Imagine Mike 2 is just a road trip with the boys.
Well, then you boys have fun watching Magic Mike.
I'll be in the theater
Opening
cheering.
night.
No.
I think Killers of the Flower Moon's coming out next year.
On Apple TV Plus, right?
Yeah.
Apple TV
Yeah.
Plus is getting Killers of the Flower Moon and Napoleon, getting Ridley Scott's newest like big budget epic.
I heard Scorsese's doing another one with DiCaprio, where DiCaprio's playing Roosevelt.
That has been on the books for years now.
Oh yeah.
Is it coming out? Probably not.
Oh okay.
It's kind of like Scorsese has like 5 movies every year that get announced that are just
Yeah.
you know or
On the back burner.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm looking forward to next year, and I think
Magic
it's
Mike's
coming
Last
out.
Dance.
No, and I think it's coming out next year. Rurouni Kenshin is getting a rebooted anime, and I'm really looking forward to it.
No, it's 2024. I've been
Coming
looking into
out
it, too.
on Crunchyroll. No, you haven't.
Of course I have.
No, you haven't.
Yeah. Look it up. It comes out 2024.
Napoleon. That's one. That's a big one. I think we're seeing the end decade of Ridley Scott's career, and he's just firing on all cylinders, and he's pushing through another Alien movie, although he's not directing it, but it actually kind of works out better for him sometimes when
Comes
he
out
doesn't direct.
2023.
Which one?
The new Rurouni Kenshin anime.
Oh, they must have just bumped it up then.
Yeah, right.
I forgot to one film that I did enjoy. We discussed it yesterday. Was Kala on Netflix. That was a really good film.
Kala was really sad.
It was sad, but it was still beautifully shot.
It wasn't
It
good.
was
wasn't good.
beautiful. It's still very sad and depressing.
Yeah.
It was good. Listen, movies. Everything I have on here has been mentioned already. Creed 3, John Wick, Barbie, Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, and Dune. I just want to clarify. Listen, it's not like an attraction thing to Zendaya.
Are
I
you
think
sure?
she is literally just the coolest person in the world, and I want to know her. And part of me wants to be like her. Like I wish I were as like open as she is. She's just the coolest person.
She won me over forever in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
When Peter Parker was sad in class, and she looks at him, and she goes,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm just fan forever.
Yeah.
Oh, Across the Spider-Verse coming out next year.
Yeah.
How could we
How
forget?
on earth? Right? We're not ready. You know what? It's supposed to be a D&D session. I
Yeah,
think
we-
none of us were prepped
We didn't plan
for
for
the
this.
most important
We didn't.
podcast of
Yeah.
the year.
Yeah, we didn't plan for this.
I am also
Simona
looking
doesn't even
forward.
have any notes.
I am also looking forward to the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah, Chris Pine.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's doing okay.
Lou, you know what we gotta see in theaters?
What's that?
Equalizer 3.
Oh, of course. Our boy Denzel.
Oh man.
You know.
Reuniting with Dakota Fanning, and they worked together in Man on Fire,
Fire.
which was, my favorite Denzel
It's a
movie.
good movie.
Yeah,
It's solid. That's your
Oh.
favorite Denzel movie.
my favorite Denzel movie.
Interesting.
Denzel actually, so in Mount Vernon, where I'm from, my hometown, they have a school that was named after him, the Denzel Washington High School, I think, for Performing Arts, and he actually visited the graduating class of this year and gave a speech.
Did you go?
No, I didn't know he was there. I saw it on our Facebook page, and I thought they are so lucky. Yeah, he cares deeply for Mount Vernon. He's always been very much involved in making sure that he's really good.
Yeah.
So that must have been such a thing for those students to
Yeah.
see him there.
Imagine, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite Denzel Washington movie is Remember the Titans, and it was the first movie I
Ooh.
saw with Denzel Washington
I
in.
I think I gotta go with Malcolm X or Mo Better Blues.
It's a good one. Favorite Denzel movie.
Training Day.
Equalizer. Equalizer 2, Equalizer 3.
Equalizer was
I gotta be
Home
honest with-
Alone.
I gotta be honest with you about Training. I think Training Day, is kind of one of the weaker ones.
Oh, and Unstoppable too is my favorite.
I never saw Unstoppable.
It's fun.
Thank you guys for watching. We
Don't know where this ended.
have loved 2022. We are looking forward to 2023. We wish you and your families a happy, healthy, safe New Year.
Ditto.
Good night and good luck.